Hi. So last week I put this provocation out to the world. Well, at least my sort of little corner of it, my network, you perhaps. And that provocation was a question really around what do we want to create as we now look ahead and move forward into this world beyond lockdown, and particularly what sort of cultures, what teams, what organizations do we want to be responsible for leading and for creating in what quite possibly is going to be a sort of a new era, the post-COVID era. And what I'm going to do this week and the next 2 weeks that follow is really sort of put forward my thinking around what I'd like to create and the sort of the movement that I'd like to be part of being involved in and or leading, which is really focusing on creating three things: culture, community, and cause. And today I'm just going to quickly talk about what each of those three things are, and then focus on culture. And then this week I'll look at culture, week after community, final week cause. So my sort of version of culture and a definition of is really around sort of a shared meaning, and that shared meaning is founded around shared values and behaviors, which in of themselves then create shared norms. And all of that is sort of contained within and sort of propelled forward by, but also creates shared systems and structures. Okay, so that common phrase, culture is the way things are done around here. Well, to me, that just doesn't stand up anymore. That is insufficient, and we need to talk much more about shared meaning and all those other things I've just cited, and then really look at how we create those and what we want them to be. Community, well, that is where that shared meaning then comes into life. That, the community is where you can really demonstrate the meaning in action. So the action of the meaning that your culture creates, or the shared meaning, I should say. And I'm going to be very timely, broadcasting a Better World Leaders episode with Rachel Abel, who's a real expert around the community creation space. So that'll be a conversation to look forward to, in a week or so's time. And then finally, cause. So for me, cause is, really where purpose and action combine. I've been talking a lot about purpose, purposeful leadership, purpose-led organizations. And I'm going to use the phrase cause to really sort of, I hope, invoke, a focus on a particular, sort of agenda that your purpose can be applied to, that we can call a mission. But I think cause is a stronger term and a more purposeful term. So that's going to be the focus over the next few weeks. Now, culture. So culture really is, and creating culture, the question that I'm going to focus on over the course of this week is, how is this done? And this is obviously all based on our experience at 4i and the work that we do. But as normal, I'll also call out and really celebrate and reference where I've seen this done really, really well. So just today, I'm going to say essentially really checking my notes. The culture that I want to be involved with creating, and the cultures I think we need in this new era, are purpose-led and value-centered. And that I think if you agree and if you can accept that's what you want a culture to be, then the sort of the key indicators that you're achieving that and really kind of part of the outcome of being purpose-led and value-centered are that you will have within your culture three of the most powerful elements of having sustainable success as an organization. I really should use words I can actually pronounce. And that those elements are being inclusive, being diverse, and being innovative. And they do all cascade and link in and enable each other. So that's particularly what I'm going to be talking about tomorrow: how you can create a culture that is purpose-led, value-centered, that enables